Alright, we are live here with week number 10 of the 2014 season of the Emerald Madden League. As you can see, sitting here at 3-6, getting ready to play the Cowboys over in London, England. So let's get the quick plugs out of the way. For anyone interested in the Emerald Madden League, head on over to iongamecorner.wix.com/iongc. Head over to the Madden 15 page there, and you can get all the info on the Emerald Madden League. For all the latest recaps, head to iongamecorner.wordpress.com. Every week I do statistical recaps of every user game in the league. And if you're interested in joining, you just send me a message on Xbox Live. Arethius is my gamer tag. Or you can find me on Twitter at iongamecorner, or via email iongamecorner@gmail.com. I'm going to fish through the uniforms here since we are in England. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, this is snazzy. Yeah, we'll go with the teal alternate jerseys. I like to do alternate uniforms when I play primetime games. This doesn't necessarily count as one of those, but it's, you know, theoretically it's a special game since the Jaguars are heading to London. So, for anyone who has checked out any of the previous games, and if you haven't, you can go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/iongamecorner, and all of the Twitch broadcasts, I export them there. Last game against the Bengals, playing against Brian, the run defense really got exposed. Kind of a mixed bag. I thought the offense actually played okay, but the defense, real bad. I mean, it was a rough start to the game. I got myself into a hole quickly, and was able to cut the lead to 5 late, but couldn't stop the run, and basically Brian just pretty much ran the entire clock out in the fourth quarter, just about. So ton of holes on this team, so it's, I mean, this is not a simple fix. We'll see kind of where we go when the off season hits, because we're after the trade deadline, and I'm not a huge proponent. I mentioned this, I believe, in the first, I think the week 8 broadcast. I'm not a huge proponent of going crazy with trades. I just find it to be not all that realistic. So, just offense set to go here.
Was a 2014 first-round pick in the NFL draft, and he deserved to be. He's just big and strong, likes to throw the football down the field, and he's going to fit in well in the NFL.
So, I know, like a lot of the guys in the league, they'll trade away their future draft picks and kind of load up their team. But we're, definitely planning on keeping this going for multiple seasons. And last year we ran in Madden 25. We ran 5 full seasons, I believe we got in. So you don't really see a ton of trades in the NFL. Oh, bad. Oh, what a terrible pass. Been struggling with some of the accuracy issues with Bortles, so. Wondering if it's the lighting in the stadium or something, but the uniforms look really shiny. So I like to try and build the team the more traditional way through the draft and through free agency. So since you really don't see all that many trades in the NFL, so it's going to come down to looking at it, and especially based on how the last couple of games have gone, I think the 2 biggest holes in the team are the line play, both offensive and defensive, especially up the middle, at least on the defensive side of the ball. If you go back and you check out the Week 9 game against Bryan, the Bengals, I mean, that fourth quarter, I mean, it wasn't really anything fancy. It was just straight at you, running mostly up the gut, and just little to no resistance. So I think if you look at it going into the offseason, and we had to be talking about this already in Week 10, but I mean, fact of the matter is I already have 6 losses, so it's going to be real hard at this point, I think, to make the playoffs. So it's definitely time to start thinking about, you know, the next season and how you want to take your team. So I mean, I think one of the biggest things is going to be to shore up the defensive line more in the defensive tackle position.
Robinson's lined up now as a slot receiver. 2nd down, 4 to go.
It's wide open down there. Look at that. I should talk about team building during my offensive series more often. So one thing, and I mentioned it in some of my other videos, is that I do like to, you know, go through the progression kind of as a quarterback would, or you would. Not that I've ever played quarterback, because my football throwing skills have never been anything to write home about. So, but the primary on that, I believe, was, I don't know if it was Blackman or Shorts, one of them on a fly route. But, you know, I didn't think that was necessarily going to be there. So I typically do go with that primary unless I see something in the defense, and definitely paid off there. So yeah, so, you know, getting back to the whole team thing, the defensive line is a big thing, and I mean there's so many holes on this team to fill. So it's not going to be an easy task of just you know picking up a couple of free agents and hoping that that's going to take care of everything. So I mean this is going to be a decent rebuild process, and nice little block there. Realistically speaking, and it's tough to say right now because, like I said, we're still in Week 10. So, I mean, I don't think it's really feasible to think that I'm going to run the table here. So, let's just say, ooh, terrible pass. So let's just say on a generous scenario that, you know, we're looking at in the final 7 games of the season, that I only lose 3 of them. That puts me at 7-9 for the season. So I think realistically, in seeing how this team is put together and how many weak spots there are, that really going to have to look at this as kind of a 2 to 3 year process before I could maybe consider myself a Super Bowl contender. All right, so I'm hot routing Robinson into a fly because I saw the safety creep up there. Oh, that wasn't who I was throwing it to. I was actually throwing it to the X receiver. Now, I didn't go to Robinson there because, as you saw, he did have a corner going with him. So it wasn't a situation where he was just going to outrun a safety or something else. So we saw the strong safety on this play here is crept up. Looks like a safety blitz, which it is. And get rid of it. Yeah, I probably should have audibled there to at least somebody on a shorter route.
So you buckle up, you get tough, and you find a way to win this game.
That first down must have been clear. Oh, I thought I completed that pass. I think. Did I think I'm not even paying close enough attention to this right now. All right, so on 3rd and 17, you don't have a ton of plays in your playbook that are really designed to complete this, and throwing it into double coverage is probably not a good idea. But whatever. We'll take the punt. Defense played good in the first series, so hopefully we can keep that going. So again, getting back to the team overview, is that the general idea is that with a team that has as many deficiencies as this Jaguars team has, I mean, you really, unless you completely sell out and trade away a lot of your draft picks and try and really go all out in free agency and go right to the cap all out for 1 year, I mean, you're really looking at a situation where you're probably a solid 3 years away from being a good contending team. And when I say that, I mean is, you're a team that can compete for a championship, but also not at the expense of, having to go right back to being a suck team after that, because you're screwed with the cap and you have to sell off a lot of your players. I mean, the idea, at least that I like to do when I'm putting my teams together, is I like to try and build it so that, you're a consistent contender. Ooh, there we go. Nice. So you're consistently contending, and you don't have that drop off. And it's interesting because it's been a huge topic of discussion locally here. I'm from Massachusetts, and obviously the Patriots got the doors blown off on Monday night against the Chiefs, and a lot of the discussion has been centered around, do the Patriots really go for championships, or are they just trying to compete each year? So you got to find that balance between just being good enough to make the playoffs and actually having a Super Bowl contending team. That's kind of the goal, is to have a Super Bowl contending team and not have those really nasty drop-offs where you go down to, say, like a 4 or 5 win team. So the back came out, but a little bit too late with the pressure coming. All right, so we're looking at 3rd and 8 here.
Now looking at 3rd down.
Should probably start focusing a little bit more on the actual game here.
The Jaguars all bunched up here as they get set.
All right, so Robinson's going to be the initial read, and I'm going to change. Not change what I was. I'm going to change Blackman's route to a slant. And it's there. Ah, nice play defensively. Good step up there. All right, so I'm not tempting fate. I'm just going to take the points. Defense is playing really well.
The kick is through for 3.
Anytime I feel like I can push it to 2 scores with this team, I'm going to take that opportunity and not leave points on the board.
But they stop them, but they give up 3 points, but still a victory for the defense.
Harris has got a chance for a return. And he's tackled just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line. The Cowboys bring their offense back onto the field for their next drive. Nickel formation.
So I'm audibly just flipping the defense around there. So I mentioned it before, so that my I hate this player lock camera. When we came out of the huddle there, the nickel corner was lined up on the tight end and not the slot receiver. So I wanted to flip my play around there so that I would actually have the corner on the receiver and not have a linebacker or a safety trying to cover.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. Here's Bryant.
Is that Romo's first completion? Yeah.
What a nice catch by the receiver. Getting past the yard markers, makes the catch, and gets a 1st down.
They're back at the line after that catch for a 1st down. They've come out in the dime package. Tony Romo is going to take it from the shotgun.
Uh-oh.
And the tackle is made at the 41.
Well, it's not quite a first.
I always struggle with that as a pass rusher when I'm anticipating that I'm going to hit a lineman, and I don't. I gotta get a little bit better at that. Reading recognition, I guess you would call it.
Romo's got 2 tight ends on the field for this snap. Handoff out of the eye.
Come on, cut him. There we go.
Murray's marked down at the 41.
Jim, this defensive end is so athletic. Well, it measures up to you because you're an athletic guy. He holds his position, stops the runner for no gain. Great job.
DeMarco Murray is in the backfield. 3rd and 2.
Come on, get outside and get him. There we go. Nice tackle.
This will be a loss of 3.
The Cowboys offensive line, they had a mental mistake here. Why? Because they let somebody go unblocked.
Feels like defensively I have some decent sideline to sideline speed. Whereas if, like, ooh, weird that they do this year's game when you're not necessarily controlling the return guy on punts. It used to be that inside the 10-yard line that the computer would just get out of the way. Now, for whatever reason, the computer gets out of the way and then tries to field it. Oh, there we go. Start running on first down there. Definitely already early on, and I know I spent my last drive exclusively throwing the ball, but I feel like I'm running the ball a lot better than. Alright, this is an interesting defensive formation.
The Jaguars have it at the 34. Leaps up and comes away with it.
Really, nobody went over there with Lewis.
The best thing to say there, Jim, is they completed the pass, but it still did not get a first down.
Lewis flying out of position in the backfield here. The Jaguars snap it at the 36.
Oh, get rid of it. Caught a break there. It definitely looked like the blitz was coming. I probably should have audibled out of the play action.
Puts them in a more manageable situation so they can pick up that 3rd down.
The defense
and this is interesting because the corners are playing not right up, but they're not playing off either. So we'll see if these color routes are going to work or not. Oh, safety crept in there. I probably should have went to the running back. Oh, sorry, the tight end out of the backfield. All right, what are we looking at here? I'm going to have to pause to see it. All right, 4th and 1 from the 43. All right, we'll play field position, play smart. No sense in giving them a short field if we don't need to.
Murray's got it at the 15. Hilliard's there to make the tackle.
This game has a little bit of an odd feel to it compared to some of my other ones. I mean, there's been games where I have only had 2 possessions in the first half of games. We've already had 3. We're still just getting to the 2-minute warning now. Ooh. That could have been a lot worse than it was. So we'll see Cowboys start to pick up the tempo a little bit now.
Romo standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
Oh, nobody over there with Murray.
I think the best thing to say about that play is just it gained a few yards, so that's what you do. All plays don't score.
Sorry, because that
just want to pick up a couple yards.
The play I just ran defensively is designed to have 2 corners on that short zone coverage.
The Cowboys now move the chains. The offense is set
Comes in
at
the
the
huddle.
line for the first down after that completion. They're going to the hurry-up offense, and they're back to the line quickly. He makes the catch.
I'll take these little short passes.
Gain of 3. Second down coming up.
I'm trying to bring a little pressure here.
To avoid being sacked for a 3rd time.
Ooh, got him. There we go. Nice.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive.
Back off now here. We got 3rd and long.
3rd and a long way to go.
Player lock camera again. Someone come up and make a tackle. There we go. All right, I'm going to waste the time out here. They're going to have to punt this away. Might as well give myself as much time as possible to see if we can at least get in a field goal range before the half ends. So a minute 2, 2 timeouts. It's still a decent amount of time to get something done here.
The Jaguars offense heads on to the field. Short's going to get set in the slot for this snap. 1st and 10. Throws to the right. Got the completion. And he's tackled at the 30-yard line. An extra tight end on the field for this one. Bortles got it in the gun. The Jaguars.
Go field a little bit. So he's going to run right out of bounds there.
That's what they did with that throw and catch that time, Tim. It also gives them a chance for 3 more downs.
1st down here after the completion. They bring in the
This looks like it's conducive to this little swing pass here.
Gonna take it from the gun.
Well, maybe not. Might as well get out of bounds.
Got to give the defense some credit.
Figured with the linebacker coming in, I would have had a little bit of a better chance of that one.
They were ready for that play and they stopped it.
That leads us
With the
to
screen pass here. And this is
a
interesting the way that the defense is heavy on my strong side. Hopefully that means that at least 2 of those 3 guys are coming on the rush here.
2nd and long. Screen. He's got the catch.
Come on, get a block there. Oh, terrible blocking.
3rd down on the way.
All right, so I'm not calling the timeout here because it's 3rd down and 10. There's no guarantee I'm going to pick up this 1st down. Here we go. Right, now I'm going to use it. So we're down to 16 seconds. 1 timeout. Still a ways to go to get into field goal range. So
following that timeout, offense back out on the field. They're back at the line after that catch for a 1st down. This play set up by the long gainer.
see how they play Davis over here on this out route. I don't necessarily know if I would like it because it's kind of going across the field. So it may still stick with Lewis underneath. Ooh. What a terrible pass behind the receiver. Oops, I don't know what I picked there. An audible.
You got to throw it sometimes deep down the middle. The safeties are not there. They're outside.
With the slants here.
You did not take advantage of that coverage that time.
Maybe looking at shorts here is my. Oh, no, I saw the safety curve, so I'm gonna send Lewis on the seam route here. I'm going to shorts. Think he can. Oh, get out of bounds. Yeah, all right, get out of bounds. All right, so 7 seconds left now. Don't like my chances at this field goal right now. I'm not exactly sure if the wind is going with me or not. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to send Davis on a streak. I'm going to be looking for probably Lewis or Gerhardt in reality to get some more yards. Oh, I jumped the route. All right, 3 seconds now. This is
Every quarterback
That's fourth down, so
gonna have 1 or 2 passes a game. They can't
51.
be picked off. Most of the time they're dropped.
Yeah, we'll go for it because with 4 seconds, this wind is really going to screw with this. All right, it's a whirl. Didn't get all of it. Oh. With 4 seconds there, I knew kicking a 51-yard field goal, it was going to take up the entire rest of the time. So that wasn't a concern about giving them a shot at, a Hail Mary or anything like that. So let's see how these halftime stats are shaking up.
They have so far today. The Cowboys are going to need to play better in the second half to win this one.
Very good defensively. You look at that. What's that? 31 yards allowed? I'll take that. All right, we'll skip this and get back to the game. Would have been nice to put a few more points on the board there, seeing as how Dallas is getting the ball. But still a 2-score game, so defense has been doing very well. See if we can't keep that going here in the second half.
Tony Romo will take it right from the center. Murray up the middle, and he gains maybe 3.
Not bad. I would like them to not necessarily ride him forward, but
Romo's trying to drop back and make plays, but he's been under pressure all game long.
Oh boy, watching a quarterback in a day like today, I'm glad I'm up in the booth because that is some beating he is taking, but he's hanging in there tough.
Harris is in the slot. The Cowboys will take the snap from the 30. The catch is made.
Still early in the second half, but still kind of in a situation where you don't want to give up the quick score.
When you're behind in a football game, all you can
being up 2 scores right now, it's obviously you don't want to let up a touchdown, clearly. But you make them drive down the field. That's kind of the directive here. If you have to give up some points, make them earn it.
Second down here after that run play.
Get over there. Thought it was offsides there. Ooh, nice. I misread that personally, but glad one of my linebackers stepped in. That's always frustrating when you run a screen and one guy on the defense gets through your 3 pulled linemen. Like, come on, one of you guys gotta hit him. Come on, get him. There we go. Another sack. Speaking of sacks, for anybody who's been paying attention to the league, it feels a little ridiculous. Jeremy, who is the Seahawks, last week, so we're talking after nine games, and I don't even know, maybe he might have had his bye week already. Come on. All right. Starting to get nervous I was going to get out at the 1. He has single-season sack record with Michael Bennett already, which is quite ridiculous. All right, so I'm going to definitely try and get a little bit more of the run game going here, especially now up to, still a 2-score game in the second half. Hopefully we can do some movement there. Oh, I'm hoping we'll get outside of that and take some clock down. Even when I don't necessarily, here I'm going to play action, but I don't like this deep comeback route in this game, but so I'm probably going to be looking at Davis as my primary here. We'll go to the running back.
Almost made the catch, but the collision jarred it loose.
I'm sorry, that was the other tight end, not the running back. All right, 3rd and 9. Open it up and go in the gun. I'm actually going to call a screen pass here.
The defense comes out at the time.
It looks kind of like a flat zone. I'm going to actually audible out of that.
It's a dime look for the defense on this play. 3rd and 9.
Oh, didn't even see the linebacker there. Thank God he only knocked it down.
Hard to throw over some of these linebackers.
Usually good for one of those oops where that linebacker come from interceptions.
Here's what happens. These big guys will knock it down.
So that is not what I wanted to do on that drive. Go 3 and out and 2 incomplete passes. Yeah, not a lot of clock wasted on that one.
First down on the way. He's setting up here. He's been sacked 4 times already. What a beating it has been for the quarterback.
This is interesting. Empty backfield.
He's looking to the right
here
on this throw. Woodson's there to take him down.
Not sure what that was all about. I've never really seen the computer flip a play around like that before.
It can be an overrated stat in games many times, but one thing you want to do, throw and catch it just like this to pick up those first downs and keep it going.
Bryant's
to set the edge here.
In the slot. Handoff made. And that gains a few.
Sometimes you get worried about when you have a formation like that where you have twin wide receivers on one side and none on the other. When you're in a man coverage, sometimes you run into a situation where all it takes is one little juke move, and because of where when you see Tony Romo seeing something in the defense. This is murder. Oh, there we go. That looked like that could have been disastrous. Just seeing how I had guys going crisscross across the field for their coverage. I don't know why they didn't just line up in front, cover the guy in front of them, but.
And they made the interception.
It's first down as they head to the line.
So we got a blitz coming from the left side here. Good thing I'm running the other way.
Gets the handle here. Takes it outright. And that's a big-time tackle that keeps them 3 yards short of the first down marker. Defense has ruled today's game, Phil.
Yeah, the defense is dominating, and I'm going to be honest, it's fun to watch. Every once in a while, I like to see the offense take a beating.
So
the NFL, it's all about the offense. It's nice to see the defense dominate.
We go Robinson here if this isn't a zone.
2nd and 4.
Yep.
Eyeing that left side. Reaches out and grabs it. And a gain of 4.
Not too many times that you're going to be able to have a linebacker who isn't lined up head-on with a receiver have any chance of staying with him on a quick out route like that.
Robinson's lined up now as a slot receiver. Bortles standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Makes the catch.
That was longer developed than I wanted it to. I hit the wrong button.
Nice catch by the receiver, but it still doesn't get a first down.
It's now 2nd down.
Let's hit right bumper and hit left bumper.
Robinson's lined up in the slot.
Okay, so we've got another corner blitz coming here. So I'm going to send Lewis on a streak. If I get him one-on-one with a linebacker, this could be nice. We'll go, ooh.
He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
It's an interesting little coverage there. You know, linebacker coming all the way across the formation. I don't know if he was supposed to try and cover Blackman there or. All right. Hold on here. Why not?
Moore's there that time for the tackle.
You know, you had almost 9 in the box there, and probably should have audibled into a pass, but.
The NFL on EA Sports. It's now 2nd down and 7.
Do a little play action here. Start the quarter. This could be a blitz. It could be a zone if those 2 middle linebackers back out, so I may have to get rid of this really quickly.
Final quarter underway now with this snap. Makes the catch in open space.
Couldn't tell if they blitzed or not, but oh, I got my bye week next week.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that.
So I could be running here to really try and bleed this clock, but I think I'm going to just try and stick with some short passes and kind of work on my passing game a bit.
Bortles going to take it from the gun. He'll throw it over the middle. Lewis got the catch and the first.
Plus, it seems to be working all right, so why not stick with it?
Right now, they are making everything work. That was a nice play. They pick up another first down.
We'll go back to the ground here, probably on first down. Okay, I'm picking this read option play. I am not running this with my quarterback. I'll tell you that right now.
Offense lines up here. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. The tackle is made.
I don't even know why that's in my playbook, to be honest with you.
This will be second down. Robinson's going to get set in the slot for this snap.
Interesting shift there by the safeties. May be able to get this streak to Lewis.
Bortles going to take the snap from the shotgun.
I'll get rid of it sooner than that. Ah.
That's what you call pressure.
That's a hell of a bad sack. Guess on the plus, it kept the clock running. So 3rd and 19, we are going to go with the screen pass here. Hopefully we can catch them in a blitz, but I have no designs that this is going to pick up this first down. Drain a little bit more.
The play clock's running down.
Hearts. Why? Oh. Ooh, we almost intercepted that. Thankfully, that was a big defensive lineman.
Love this situation, don't they? 3rd and long, they can do just about anything, and it's going to work. And they stop the offense that time.
Yeah, we're punting this, obviously.
They're set to punt it away
that
now.
is a little bit of an improvement from last year's game, is that it seems like the oh, come on, get out of bounds. Nice. I'll take that at the 2. Your computer defenders seem to read screen passes much better than they did in Madden 25.
They load it up now. Bring out the jumbo formation. 1st and 10. Play fake.
All day. Someone get him. Where are the defenders?
Jim, the defense just missed a big opportunity there. They got the offense backed up.
They're going 4 wide, so we'll get the dime package out here. I'm actually going to back my corners off. I just don't want them to get beat over the top.
With 2 hands, he has it. Gains 12.
I mean, fine. Make them throw underneath. If they make a guy miss, then so be it.
Has been good, and it's been hard to move the ball against those secondaries.
Yeah, good job for the defense today. They got a good pass rush going. The coverage has been good down the field, and also the defense
we'll send the nickel corner.
Has not been real sharp.
He's setting up here. He's been sacked 4 times already. What a beating it has been for the quarterback. He's looking to the right here on this throw.
That's a nice job by the offense.
Once we get under 3 minutes here, I may switch my defense up a little bit and bring in an extra corner than what they have receivers out there for. There we go. It's clearly now pass every down, so we'll go to the dime here where they got 30. I mean, I'll send them on a blitz, but I'd rather have the speed on the field at this point. We're going to flip this around so it's not the guy lined up over the receiver blitzing, even though it's not man. And, oh, Romo shaking it off.
My gosh, you're talking about getting overpowered. I guess they were expecting
May not get this play off before the 2-minute warning. No, they won't. So that's one thing that they haven't quite fixed yet as far as the AI goes, is that really they should be in the no huddle at this point. but for whatever reason, until it hits 2 minutes, they don't do it. So there we go. 2 minutes to go. We're in good shape, but still can't afford anything stupid over the top. Now we'll start seeing no huddle, because it's now 4th down. I'm actually going to bring some pressure here. Figured they can get rid of it early, make the tackle. There you go. Perfect. That couldn't have worked out any better.
Situations like this sometimes can cost you the game. You're down in the second half. Why would you go for it on 4th down in this situation? You don't get it, that decision might cost you this football game.
So we are going to pack it in now and just make them use their timeouts here. 1st down pretty much ends the game.
The Jaguars take it from the 38. Out of the eye. Here's the handoff. The defense stops the clock. 2nd down here. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. The give, out of the eye. They are all over him, behind the line of scrimmage, and a loss of 1.
Now I could run here, which will force them to use their final timeout. But I'm going to throw it and try and get the 1st down and just ice it now.
Nickel formation for the defense here.
This is basically a 1 receiver or 1 target. And this is my only chance at the 1st down really here is Blackman.
3rd down and 8.
And come on, get it. There we go. That's the game right there.
Picking up the 1st. Timeout's called. We're going to step aside. Be back in just a moment.
I should kneel here. I'm going to actually just run a couple plays and see if I can't get Gerhardt a few more yards. I'm not always a huge proponent of doing this.
An extra tight end on the field for this
A way to get someone injured or
he's taken down at the 23.
fumble, but
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it.
give my fullback a little work here. See if we can't catch him off guard. Sometimes if you throw in a fullback run every now and again, you can actually get 5 to 6 yards on it.
Down and 6. Hilliard's going to secure the handoff.
Like that.
To the ground. Looks like he's still about a yard short of the 1st.
Alright, so if I don't get this 1st down here, then I'm going to bleed this clock. So I'm going to actually flip this around to the left with it. This is a trick-or-treat play usually. Anytime you do a toss.
3rd and short.
Oh, come on. You got to actually stick the block a little bit.
Loss of 2. Well, you have good team speed on the defensive side. You can make plays just like this. You can get in the backfield and tackle the running back for a loss.
Kick the field goal here. I don't even have to run a play, but I'm going to just throw one. Why not? Let's make it entertaining.
Offense still on the field here on 4th down, needing 3 for the 1st.
I am not snapping this until there's 3 seconds left.
The extra tight end. Looking to the right side and throwing. Complete to Lewis. And that's a gain of 13. How important was this victory
So,
today?
there you go. 10-0. Not lighting up the scoreboard by any means, but good defensive game at least for the, that was, considering how, especially the run defense, how poorly it played in the last game. I'll definitely take this. And it's head into the stats here, and 99 rating for Bortles, 18 of 27 for 188, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. That's the big one. Game manager. Only 58 yards for Gerhardt, but that's the key one right there, the average, 4.1. Anything over 4 is solid for me. That's the way I look at it. And receiving. Sadie Lewis. Robinson with the touchdown. actually look at defense because got a decent amount of sacks in this game. Let's see. 2 for Marks, 2 for Clemens. Ball had 1. Hayes had 1. So is that 2, 4, 5, 6 sacks? Take that any day of the week. So there we go. 10-0 over the Cowboys, which will now improve me to 4-6 going into the bye week. Let's take a look here. So we go over to the 4-6. So two losses out of the top spot. So realistically, I was talking a lot early on about team building in this one, and kind of looking at this as 6 losses already at this point in the season is not necessarily conducive to a playoff run. But with the fact that the Colts are leading this division right now at 5-4, and they could conceivably, I'm assuming that they are not on the bye this week. Let me see. Let's see how the Colts are playing this week. Colts. The Colts are on a bye week. So we're still going to be looking at 2 games behind them in the loss column, but with looking at 6 games left to play, that's not insurmountable. So actually, I wanted to look at the standings again. And let's see how... Probably do this not through here, but... Alright, so we're looking at, right now, just looking at wild cards. So you got the Bengals at 5-3. Titans at 4-4. Bills at 4-4. Oh, man, this AFC East is rough right now. And the Chargers at 5-4. So right now the Bengals have the first wild card, and the second one basically 2 games behind. So 2 games behind the division, kind of 2 games in the loss column behind the last wild card. So could make it interesting here as we roll along here. Let me look at my schedule coming up. So we got the bye week in week 11. And then the Colts coming out of the bye, so that's gonna be an important game. We got the Giants, the Texans, the Ravens, the Titans, and the Texans again. So 4 of the last 6 are divisional games, which will be big, and 5 of the last 6 are in the conference, which the Ravens I don't think weren't factoring into that wild card situation, but start bringing in tiebreakers and stuff like that's where it gets important. So there you have it. That's kind of where things stand right now for the old Jacksonville Jaguars. So before I wrap this up, we'll just go over again. If you're interested in either of the Ion Game Corner online connected franchise leagues, head on over to iongamecorner.wix.com/IonGC. Head on over to the Madden 15 page. It's got all of the rules and teams that are taken for both the Emerald Madden League on Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4 League, which is known as the Better Platform League, which is strictly the opinion of Nick and a couple of the guys who think that PS4 is better. That's fine. They can have that opinion. Anyway, so all the info's there. If you are interested in joining this league, the Xbox One League, contact me. There's my gamer tag on the screen right now under the Jaguars logo, Arethius. Or you can follow me on Twitter at IonGameCorner. Contact me there. That'll also let you know when I'm broadcasting live. And you can also email me, iongamecorner@gmail.com. So get in touch with me if you want to join. Still plenty of room in the league. For the PlayStation 4 League, you want to contact Nick. You can reach him on PlayStation Network, Kagone, Kagone, or via Twitter at NickOliveira87. For any of the recaps that I do for the Emerald Madden League, you want to check out iongamecorner.wordpress.com. And for any of the past videos, if they are not still archived on Twitch, head on over to youtube.com/IonGameCorner. If you have any feedback, any questions, any comments, anything, just send it to me. You know how to get a hold of me. So that's going to do it. So thanks for anyone who's checked these out, and we will catch you next time for Week 11. Actually, no, we won't catch you for Week 11 because I don't have a game. So we'll catch you for Week number 12 of the Emerald Madden League.